This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace world and welcome everyone to the Mind of the Meanie, a weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie, what's on your mind?
So tired of waiting. Well, no, I'm tired, but it's not from waiting. It's I'm fucking busy.
Yeah.
I'm begging for a day where I could just do nothing right now. Just do nothing. Like, just been busy. Went to Boston last weekend as Little Inside Baseball. We're recording Friday, September the 15th, 2023. We went to the season opener, Eagles Patriots at Foxborough, which was pretty cool. And that was like a 6-hour drive after doing a previous drive the previous weekend of StarCast.
God.
So we did one 15-hour drive and then had to do everything we did during the weekend. Then pretty much had to turn around and do a 6-hour drive to Massachusetts, or as my cousin used to say, Massachusetts. But yeah, man, that was awesome. Got to go up to, we went up the night before. Got a buddy named Jim who, he has a appliance store and he sells to a lot of Patriots. So he gets good deals on tickets. So, hey, you want to come up? Yeah, absolutely. And so we loaded the car up and went to, went up the night before, had a nice dinner, and then went and tailgated the next day, which it then began to rain like a monsoon. The entire tailgate, it got to the point where it was just raining and you just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to take it. I ain't even going to try to cover up.
Fuck it, I'm done here.
I'm not going to wear a fucking poncho. I'm not going to hold an umbrella while trying to, eat a fucking crab salad sandwich. I was in the tailgate. I was like, nah, fuck it. I'm going to go and stand here and, take this. So, it rained during the tailgate, rained during the game. Thankfully, the Eagles, Eagles, Eagles.
Go Birds.
Go Birds, were victorious in a tightly contested contest. And then, came home and then, it's been busy during the week.
Man, that first quarter was great. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, this is awesome. And then the second quarter was like, fuck, this is terrible. It's the constant up and downs for me, man. Just the shits.
Look, this is the new NFL where teams will sacrifice preseason games, putting their stars in preseason games just to make sure they're healthy for the regular season. Because when you think about it, look at the NFL and, and they've added a game. They've gone from 16 games to 17 games a year, right?
Right.
And it's all banked on these TV rights deals that they have now. And then, who can we get in prime time? Who can go in a Thursday night game? Who can go in a Monday night game? Who can we get in this and that and other thing? It's hard to, draw ratings when all the stars are injured. So that's what you're going to get now. They consider these joint practices the real, preseason games because they're, teams can try and do things and not give away anything on camera.
Right.
That could be studied for the regular season. That's why, preseason games are a fucking sham anyway, because they're just running vanilla fucking plays.
Right. Right. They're just doing the bare minimum to get through. Right. They're not doing the good shit.
And meanwhile, fans are still paying for those fucking tickets. But, this is the new NFL. That's how it's going to be. The first 2 weeks are going to be like them trying to get their sea legs like it's preseason. Last night, Eagles played the Minnesota Vikings on Thursday Night Football, which I was fortunate enough. I got to MC down at Bar 2300.
Nice.
Yeah, the 2300 Arena now has they've always had a bar that was for events.
Yeah.
But now they've built a separate entrance, and they're going to have a bar that's going to be open from like Thursday to Sunday.
Sick, man.
Yeah, so if you have the means to have a bar, why waste it just on events? Have it like a couple days a week. So they had me coming down. I emceed, did some announcements, helped promote some events coming up. Got to, we did some raffles for, free tickets to events coming up. And it was a good time.
That's awesome, man.
But Eagles played Vikings and, it was a little bit of a shaky game, but hey, Eagles won.
Win's a win, dude.
A win is a fucking win. And they won. Look, it's one thing to make corrections when you lose because you're like, oh, fuck, we lost. Now we're going to But if you get a win and you go, well, yeah, there's things to improve on. Just imagine how much better they're going to be once they start clicking on all cylinders. But, last night they had fucking 4 defensive starters injured. Oof. And another one went out of the game. Avonte Maddox is done for the year because he tore his fucking pec.
Oh, man.
So, there's that.
Yeah.
The offense, could have been a little bit better, but, with the passing game, but they, Jalen had a sweet fucking pass to Jalen Rager for a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, fucking amazing. Rush for 175 yards.
Wow. Holy shit, man.
Yeah. So there's a great sound clip from, Devontae Smith where they're like, what do you think of, DeAndre Swift. Smith on Swift. Yeah. And Swift said, yeah, he's a bad motherfucker. Which we got a good pop from the reporters. But, look at the NFL as a whole. Josh Allen shit the bed for the Bills. I like the Bills. I'm not shitting on the Bills. I like the Bills. Mm-hmm. But, they lost to the Jets. Josh Allen gave up, turned the ball over 4 times, which is, it's hard to win when you give up, you're giving the ball. And this is after Aaron Rodgers.
I was just going to bring that up. Yeah, fucking
Aaron Rodgers played 4 snaps. All this hype, all this buildup, all this drama leading up to, him being with Green Bay, and I want to play for the Jets, and them trying to work out a deal, and they work out the deal, and then they have the off season, and then the Jets are on HBO Hard Knocks or whatever it's called now, man. Hard Knocks. He runs out with the flag. It's on 9/11. To commemorate 9/11.
The whole pomp and circumstance and everything is like, holy shit, this is a big deal.
4 plays,
like 75 seconds, I think they said, right? Like less than a minute and a half.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles,
which could potentially, at his age, could be career-ending, right?
Yeah. Well, Brandon Graham had one like maybe the year after the Super Bowl.
Okay. So maybe not. I mean, and again, those guys have the best doctors anywhere and the best rehab stuff anywhere. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him come back, but he's done for the fucking year, man. That's
amazing. It's amazing Aaron went to a surgeon.
That's what I wasn't going to say it, but
it's amazing that how when he needed a medical professional.
Listen, maybe he should have just called Dr. Joe Rogan. But anyway, what you wearing a mask for, brother?
Amazing how that works. We need that cast.
Yeah, what do you need that for? What's that hairnet for? What's that mask on your face for?
What's with the walking boot, pussy?
Watch. I'm looking at these photos and I'm like, what the fuck is he? What is he doing? What he just? Yeah, I know we don't do that here, but it was worth bringing up. Well, he is, man. He's a fucking shithead. A total shithead.
Chode.
Like, fucking science is real, Mr. Rogers, whether or not you want to believe in it. So, no, I think for me, it was just more of the shock value with like the fact that it was so fast that he blew that Achilles. It was like, I can't believe I just watched. Like it just felt like it was almost like I was disconnected from it, And I was like, oh man, that was very unceremonious. So.
Yeah. And, I mean, as much as sorry for Jets fans, the finish of the game was pretty amazing. Jets, went in overtime with a walk-off fucking punt return.
Yeah.
With a rookie. And that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, this is the new NFL, man. They're trying to keep the stars healthy just to get to the fucking, regular season. And then, they're trying to kind of figure it out they're trying to figure it out as the season goes along. But the Eagles looked all right.
Yeah.
Game 1. Looked better game 2. I hate how, the Philadelphia Eagles are 2-0 and people are acting like they're fucking 0-2.
Right. Like, come on.
It reminds me of those people must be, just be a fan. How about that? Just be a fan.
Just enjoy the fucking game, guys. Just
yeah,
enjoy
I was listening to WIP and a fan called in and goes, I'm just an objective fan. And Ike Reese goes, dude, you're not in the media. What do you need to be objective for? Just be a fan. Just be a fucking fan. I'm an objective fan. Like, okay, cool. But what's that get you?
Thanks for the fucking info. I appreciate it. Yeah, what the fuck? It's just enjoy the game, dude. If you hated something about the game, say you hated something about the game. If you liked it, then say you liked it. Like, there's no reason to put on the airs about this. We don't need to do that.
Yeah, could they have played a little bit better? Yeah,
sure.
But fuck, they won.
That's the only thing that matters, and then they get better for next time. That's all it is. Yeah. I taught Mrs. Goober a Delco trick. I taught her one the other day.
Yeah, of course.
I turned the television volume down, and I put on Merrill Reese on WIP and watched the game that way. And she was very confused at first. And I was like, this is what we do. And that's what we used to do at my grandparents' house, and we used to do at my parents' house. And Merrill Reese is the only way to listen to that game. So
was it hard to sync up?
Not really, no, because we have the YouTube TV. So it was only off, I think, by maybe a second or two. It was a very, very small delay.
What did you use to play the sound? Did you use like the Odyssey app, or did you use traditional radio?
We have like a record player stereo, like a record player radio on our entertainment stand. So I just tuned it right to there. It's got one of them old school knobs on it. So I just tuned it right to WIP 94.1. And the game, it was like I think it was within like a 2-second delay at the most. So it wasn't terrible. Does the Odyssey app sync up better when you're watching a game?
The WIP has been putting over the fact that the Odyssey, you can put a Merrill mic on the Odyssey app now.
Okay.
Which I don't think, like back in the day, I think they weren't allowed to because of some kind of streaming. But Odyssey has permission to play the Eagles games, and somehow I think the Odyssey app syncs up with the television feed now.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to try that.
You can get Merrill and Mike.
Yeah, I listened to Merrill and Mike, I think, I know it was definitely Merrill. I don't know if Mike was there for the Super Bowl too, 2018, but it was like, this is the only way to watch the game. Like, it's just, it's like when Harry was still alive, when Harry Callis was still alive, it was the only way to watch the baseball game is to listen to him fucking broadcast it and do the play-by-play. But, no, I mean, it's dope. Like, it was, like I said, it's nice. And, now the kids are excited for it, and, football season's back, and we're really hyped. But I'm looking at the Phillies here, man, and I've trailed off a little bit on how they've been doing. How are they looking this year for playoff status?
Not bad. Of course they're trying to win the wild card because the Braves they just clinched the NFC East. So, and the National League East, sorry, I'm in football mode. The Braves won the East, so it's basically down to the wild card. Last year, the Phillies snuck in with the last wild card spot.
Got it.
But now they got the number 1 seed in the wild card division, but they're only up by like a game and a half. And the Cubs are like right there with them. So the Phils need the Cubs to, shit the bed.
Yeah.
because I don't think they play the Cubs. So,
yeah, I'm trying
before the San Francisco Giants were right behind the Phils, and then they went head to head, and the Phils, like, I don't know if they swept the San Francisco Giants, but they won enough games to fucking completely knock the Giants out of the wild card race. So, I don't even know. Is there a game tonight?
I'm pulling it up right here. Let me just make it just a little bigger here. So today's the fucking month am I in now here? Today's the 15th. Yeah, they're in St. Louis through the weekend, 3-day stretch there. Then they're in Atlanta for 3 games. They're away for the next 6 games. And then they're home versus the Mets from the 21st to the 24th. They're off on the 25th, and they're playing Pittsburgh at home, and then the New York Mets through September. So I guess at that point, we would know whether or not they'll make it. So I guess we'll know pretty soon. I mean, it's going to, like, the playoffs are going to start any day now, so we'll see what happens.
As we call it in Philly, Red October.
I was just going to say that. So we have some breaking news here.
Let me see.
And you're probably going to know about this before you listen to the show, but The Rock just showed up on Friday Night SmackDown just now.
Nice.
So that is where I figured that was going after his interview.
He was on Pat McAfee earlier.
Holy shit.
Interesting.
So, can't believe that. Well, I guess maybe are they built? I guess we could talk about it because Andy Schlichter asked this in the chat. He asked about the Pat McAfee show. Did you get a chance to listen to it? Did you watch that?
I saw bits and pieces, and I saw the part where he said him and Roman was locked in for Mania in LA, but then the creative kind of just like stalled. So they're like, still want to do something special.
Yeah.
And it's got to the point where they just really couldn't agree on certain things. And, but then The Rock dropped the fucking huge fucking breadcrumb saying, hey, well, WrestleMania's in Philly. There's always WrestleMania in Philly, which is like, holy shit. All right.
Yeah. Listen.
That'd be cool.
Holy shit, man. You imagine night 2, WrestleMania, The Rock versus Roman Reigns?
Hey, The Rock was on the last WrestleMania that was in Philly. So
hey, but I've never seen Dwayne wrestle live, but this would be the first time, and James would shit himself. So I guess for me, like with the storyline, so there's been a lot of talk about the bloodline and everything that's been going on, and Jay's on Raw now, and Jimmy's on SmackDown, and I feel like this is probably like maybe them just introducing or like kind of stirring it up a little bit, like, hey, this might actually happen.
It's right? It's all the SummerSlam hoopla has died down. Mm-hmm. SummerSlam is kind of like the WrestleMania of the summer. And they don't really start planning for WrestleMania until like after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So now that all that hoo-ha and hoopla has kind of died down, now they start dropping hints.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
I honestly and we've talked about this before. We kind of discussed this, but I still believe that like the Roman and Rock storyline doesn't need the belt. It doesn't need a title. It never did. Nope. And I feel like the way that they built with Jay and Roman with the tribal chief stuff, right? I feel like they've made it that much more important now, like as far as like a title as well. So I think that to me, that's the story, right? Yeah. So I hope that like my vision would be that, Roman drops the belt to Cody before we get to WrestleMania, right? Like that streak ends. Rock shows back up. They do a whole thing about the tribal chief and can you actually support our family? Because I've done it, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. So I think that would be pretty dope now that Rock's back. I mean, clearly they're going to lead it to something. So,
they could do Cody Roman at the Rumble,
Right. That's what I mean. Like if we're going to build on the road to WrestleMania, you do Cody Roman 2 at the Rumble, have that fucking be the thing. And then again, you have to think about like what happens if Punk shows back up, like what happens if he shows back up at Survivor Series. And, there's a lot. It's exciting right now. It's like a lot of like, especially now that the Endeavor deal is closed.
Yeah. And Punk has a good relationship with UFC, which is technically Endeavor.
Yeah.
They're in bed together. So if he feels like he's dealing with Endeavor and the old WWE, that could be a selling point,
It'll remain to be seen. I'm excited to see what happens here, but I kind of figured with Pat McAfee and them doing all that today, I felt like that was kind of like, oh yeah, we might be there. And like, no, you're going to fucking be there, I guess now it's time to also, Vanessa, shout out to the Pod Squad, by the way. I'm going to make sure we acknowledge them. Friday night is fucking bumping in here. I think this might be the new night we record because y'all fucking killing it every weekend we do this. Vanessa just reminded me, #Meanie Mania 40. And I got to know, sir, when you're inducted into the Hall of Fame this upcoming year, how blue will your suit be when you give your speech?
Oh, I'll look like a fucking pimp. Yeah, man.
The top hat, like Lloyd and Harry from Dumb and Dumber, with the whole the cane and everything, dude. That's
better blue. I can't do that powder blue shit.
No, we're talking like a really
And I think I would actually go back and go and fully just dye my hair.
Yeah,
I got tricks to make my hair blue now without having to actually dye it. So maybe I would actually just go through the process of fuck it, dye my hair,
dude. Yeah, you have to. I feel like it would have to be done. You'd have to do the full regalia.
Yeah, I want to look like a black light when I walk in that fucking place.
That's going to be super fucking dope.
Yeah. I'll be like a night. I'll be like a black light in a fucking nightclub or something.
Meanie.
What's that, Adam?
We hear this a lot. Every CBD company tells you that their product is the best. With quality control measures like lab testing and QR codes now becoming the standard, it can start to seem like all CBD brands are the same, but I'm here to tell you something, Meanie. They are not. Knowing what makes certain brands better will help you spend your money more wisely and have more confidence as you incorporate CBD oils, topicals, capsules, or gummies into your own wellness routine. And that's why we're proud to partner with Green Road CBD as an official sponsor of Mind the Meanie. And Meanie, I know you're a longtime user of Green Road CBD. How has Green Road CBD helped you in your life?
Let me tell you, Green Road CBD is a product I've been using for years. And when we started Mind the Meanie, I always was like, let's get Green Roads as a sponsor because I use them almost daily. Whether it's the gummies, to take care of the aches and pains of 30 years of wrestling, the topical solutions that help my knees, help my back, help my elbows, help my shoulders. Green Road CBD has done everything to help me maintain a pain-free existence from all the years of wear and tear as a professional wrestler.
And to me, Meanie, that sounds like the Green Road's difference. And it comes down to a really few important points. They're just part of the reason that they've won industry awards year after year, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and have heard countless stories from customers just like you about the impact that those products have had on your life. So Green Roads is led by a compounding pharmacist with 25 years of experience helping her community getting healthy. For her and the entire company, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. And not all hemp sourcing is equal, Meanie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But they select their hemp from high-quality American farms, and also not all lab testing is equal, which is why they use an accredited independent lab to conduct full panel tests on every single batch. And that's why Green Roads is an original manufacturer, not just a quote-unquote white label brand. So right now, you can go to greenroads.com, Meanie, and save 25% off of your entire purchase. Wow, 25% off of everything, Meanie. That's huge. And all you have to do is go to their website right now, greenroads.com, and use promo code MEANIE at checkout. It's 25% off your entire purchase by using promo code MEANIE at greenroads.com. Own the day with Green Road CBD, and we thank them for sponsoring the program. I am very excited about the idea, the potential, and I'm manifesting it, manifesting the Hall of Fame entry for the Blue World Order, because I feel like it means something that you're on the alumni page, right? Like you're there, and that means something, and that means typically future Hall of Famer. And I can't wait to change the intro of the show to WWE Hall of Famer, the Blue Meanie. No, I mean it's pretty fucking dope, dude. I can't wait for WrestleMania in Philly. I'm sure we'll have lots of stuff to do.
We can dream,
and it's all depending on you two out there. So as you're fucking listening to the show, use the hashtag MeanieMania40 and share this far and wide. Stop someone at Wawa and scream at them while they're getting their meatballs. Tell them to tweet. In Trenton. Like Lil Jimmy. I can't believe you fucking went to Trenton. Woo-wee. He sent me a picture actually. So, Lil Jimmy from the Pod Squad here, he, had his first time out here. He came out to the wrestling showcase in, Jersey and, drove 26 hours. And we, last week when you were listening, we gave him some beer tips and he said he went to Wawa for the first time. At 3:30 in the morning on the weekend. And also, you could have heard all that too, by the way, Meanie. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but people who are listening now could have heard that if they're subscribed to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Tiers are only starting at $10, so you can come and join us and hang out. And then you get all the fun shit that you hear. So Jimmy sent me this picture just now. These are the cookies he got on the screen, the Tasty Cake kickoff cookies, which are super fucking dope, dude. That was an excellent choice.
Tasty Cake is, a Philadelphia staple.
Of course. So I'm glad you did that. And then he was telling us he got the raspberry, what was it? Is it the raspberry iced tea that they make there? Raspberry green tea rather. Raspberry tea, green tea, and a thing of cookies. And I think the mystery of the world, Meanie, for folks who are not from the Philadelphia area or who don't have a Wawa, is the fact that these green tea bottles and the raspberry tea bottles, any tea bottles you get there, are fucking sticky as hell.
Dude, I don't fucking understand why every single bottle of Wawa green iced tea is sticky.
Every time.
It's like, what is in there? Fucking like tree sap? What the fuck?
It is nasty.
Oh my God.
You ever seen that scene from...
I'm not proud to say I used to drink those fucking green teas, like the 1 liter bottles, like it was water.
Ugh.
And I'm wondering why, my face is all fucking puffy and like,
I'd literally feel like a giant sack of shit. I used to drink the Arnold Palmer Johns. They had the lemonade iced tea. And I started with the little bottles, and then I got the big fucking half-gallon Johns. And we used to keep it in the house here, like we keep it in case we have company or whatever. And, we get the good, glasses, which are the WWE ones from No Mercy 2000. And, break out the fine china. And, but I felt like over the past couple of years, I don't know what they did, but it's like way more, I don't know if it's just more concentrated or if there's more sugar in it, but it's fucking not the way it used to be, man. And my face just puckers up immediately, and then I just feel like a giant fucking... you get that, your mouth is dry and fucking feel like a giant beluga whale. So, I've had to stay away from it for a while. But Jimmy, man...
Like a piece of shit.
Just sitting there all fucking... I hate myself.
This is so good. I'm a big piece of shit.
Dude, I just can't believe Jimmy went to Trenton.
Oh, fuck.
Ah, dude. Braver man than I.
Man.
Well, I mean, dude, I'm glad you got to go to Wawa. There's a lot of great comments about Wawa in here. Dude, he's here. He's safe. I think he's back home now. I'm not sure. Hopefully he's not still in Trenton somewhere. Got stuck somewhere. But I mean, it's, listen, it should be your first stop when you come out here. It's like a tradition. You got to go. And listen, man, I don't want to start the border wars, the Monday night wars, whatever, but Sheetz is not the same. Take it from someone who's lived on both sides of the state. Sheetz is not the same. It doesn't slap the way that fucking Wawa does.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It just doesn't. Rudders, I would say, is like a comparable Wawa stop. And Rudders is you got to find him when you're heading out to Sam Kreps, the executive voice here. He's got a couple by his place out there near Harrisburg. But once you get past there, you can't find him. And it's just this little pocket of places. And it's just,
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, man. It's the ECW of the I would say it's the ECW of the gas station coffee shops. And,
gotcha.
I mean, it's like a hidden gem. It's fucking fantastic. And you can always expect to have a good time. They have I have to ask them what they are, but they have they're like tater tots, but they have corn inside of them. They're almost like hush puppies, but they're holy shit, man. Every time I go there, I discover something new and I'm like, this is incredible. This is amazing. But again, their coffee is superior to Sheetz, and I'm sorry for all my Pittsburgh friends and homies out there, but it's the truth. So,
Yeah.
it's a reason I never bring Sheetz coffee home, and everybody who lives out there asks me to bring Wawa when we come and visit, but I digress. Let's see what else is going on, popping off here in the fucking group chat here. Vanessa said she got her BWO 3-pack this week.
Oh, it came, or she's going to get it?
She gets it this week.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's super dope. I saw some photos, some early photos of them shipping out.
From Epic Toys. I'm hoping to get some soon. I was supposed to get some, but then they told me the company that shipped them were shipping the figures to them damaged some of them.
Ooh.
So they had to get a new batch made up. And I'm like, hey, if you want, I think the bubble stuff got damaged, like the bubbles, the package. It's like, hey, if you want, send me those, because I'm sure there's going to be people who want the figures that want to, in the words of Matt Cardona, let them breathe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's people who are like, yeah, I'm going to open it. So for those who want to open it, hey, send me the fucking damage packages too. Epic Toys, please. Yeah, and then hopefully those come soon. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to picking one up. I will probably be one that lets it breathe here at the Barnard home for wayward and troubled youth. So that will definitely be a purchase I acquire there. But these toys, these fucking figures look super dope, man. Super dope. So
I still got my bone crushers.
Oh man, yeah, dude.
So yeah, I can't wait to add that one to the collection.
I can't get enough of these Meanie figures, man. Like again, I know we talked about it before, but it's just got to be super dope to see yourself as a figure, right? Like it's amazing.
It's unbelievable. It's just validation in some ways. Not that I'm seeking it, but from the haters, they hate, Blue Meanie,
Oh, did you hear that back in 2005, Blue Meanie was involved in an altercation with JBL. Let's fucking litigate this again.
Oh, why is my keyboard so sticky?
Mom, I'll be right up for Hot Pockets. Jesus.
Hot Pockets.
Diarrhea pocket.
I want to have some Hot Pockets and Wawa green tea.
Mom,
and then I'm going to use my tears as lube and go to bed.
Fondle my genitals watching the E! Channel and go to sleep.
I'm going to go to town.
Dude, I swear to God, it's the one thing that I hope that I never fucking have to stumble across again on Twitter is someone having discourse about you and the JBL thing. Like God damn it.
I thought you meant walking in on somebody going to town.
Well, that would be awkward, but no, I mean, just like, the fuck
Adam
is
Bernard,
that?
how does it get in my house, Adam Bernard?
The fuck am I looking at here? No, God, dude, I just can't. It's like, it's just let it die, guys. Everything is fine. Go and watch the videos about it, and the stories are already there. Just let's stop bringing it up. Please stop tagging Meanie in it. No, it's cool, man. It is validation for you, I feel like, in a lot of ways, but in a good way, though. Like, it's like you made an impact on the, I think too, like I mentioned earlier, like the fact that you're listed as an alumni on the page, like you have your own fucking dedicated section. Like that's like, you made it. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't know. I think it's super fucking cool, but, of course, dude.
Yeah. Anytime a company, does something, includes you in their product. I've said it before and I'll say again, that's an investment because they think you're worth spending the money. Whether it's the figure collections, Bone Crushers, the Ultra Pro Wrestling video game that's coming out late 2024, and now with Epic Toys with the BW3 pack. They did a special alternative with the painted on mustache and beard.
Cool.
I'm blanking. Matt Cardona's the major toy company just tagged me in a tweet and a post on Instagram. dude, that's an investment. Those people thought I was worth the money.
Yeah.
And then, Vanessa, one of the great supporters of the show saying, Vanessa's getting the packages, they're getting the BW 3-pack this Monday. That means a lot. I mean, there's so many wrestlers out there and, they chose me. So that's the coolest thing that, somebody who grew up as a kid daydreaming about becoming a wrestler and then becoming a wrestler and, getting to do these awesome things. So very cool. I'm dying for these figures to arrive. I'm kind of envious of those who've gotten theirs already, but I also understand that I'm getting a decent amount sent to me. So, it'll be worth the wait.
Absolutely. And like I said, I can't wait to get my hands on one. Again, Epic Toys, with the BWO 3-pack. Keep your eyes out for them. Meanie!
Yes, sir.
Football season is back. And do you know what that means?
Tell me.
Touchdown dances, Sunday tailgates, and epic fantasy showdowns. But fellas, let's not forget the real MVP of the season. Introducing the all-new Beard Hedger Pro Kit by our friends at Manscaped, your ultimate luxury beard grooming experience. This kit is your secret weapon for staying sharp on and off the field, Meanie. Don't fumble this opportunity. Head to manscaped.com and elevate your grooming game with the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Join the 9 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. You heard that right, Meanie. 9 million men, or 109 Lincoln Financial Fields. So go to, right, that's crazy. Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping by using the promo code MIND. Meanie and Meanie, I got a question for you. What's one of the worst memories that you have when trying to shave your face?
Brother, I tell you, I am known for my beard, and there's nothing worse than when you trim one side and it's not even with the other side. But with this beard hedger, you can set it to the exact setting you want, so both sides come out nice, even, and smooth.
And it's amazing, Meanie. The Beard Hedger Pro Kit is a grooming powerhouse built for precision and style, just like your favorite quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Hashtag go birds. This kit tackles beard touch-ups effortlessly, ensuring that you're always prepped for the next play. Plus, it has a compact design for easy portability. The cordless trimmer has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 hair-cutting lengths, all with one guard, so no more messy drawers of extra add-ons, Meanie. That's right, face grooming doesn't need to be hard. Get 20 different beard lengths in just one guard. Plus, dude, it's waterproof, so you can shave in the shower to avoid all that hair in the sink, because Lord knows Mrs. Goober and Mrs. Meanie are not going to be happy if they find all that crap in the sink. This titanium-coated T-blade is tough on hair, but smooth on your face, leading to single-stroke efficiency that brings satisfaction one stroke at a time. Remember, the Beard Hedger Pro Kit is your go-to teammate for maintaining a sharp and polished beard, whether you're on the field, in the office, or anywhere in between. Grab yours today and experience the game-changing difference. And also, Meanie, I'll have you know, after you groom your facial turf, show it some love with Manscaped's liquid formulations. The beard shampoo, the beard conditioner, beard oil, and beard balm are the key to feeling victorious and taking your beard game to the next level this year. So go right now. After you listen to this ad, go right to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MINDMeanie. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com by using promo code MINDMeanie. Your grass is not artificial. Keep it shaved with Manscaped, and we thank them for sponsoring the program. Yeah, the Major Wrestling Figures podcast is super cool. Those are great guys. Interviewed Brian Myers once for my old show on the old network. Super dope guy. He was hyped for me that I had the wrestling buddy. Which again, like for me is like, I guess for me, it's not even like really a vanity project. It's just something cool that I can show my kids, you know, like, cause when we were kids, me and my brothers, Matt from Dover and David from Quakertown, we had, all the wrestling buddies, you know, we had like Hogan and Warrior and DiBiase, and they survived all these years, you know, and they're in really good condition. Well, they were before James got his hands on them. And they were, you know, we've had them forever. And, to have one of myself is just like, You know, it's cool. It's like, this is a unique thing to be able to say that, like, I have a wrestling buddy. I have some piece of merchandise that somebody out there bought, you know, and it's just cool. You know, like you said, it's worth the investment. They thought, yeah, let's do it. This is going to be worth the time and the effort that we're going to put into it. And, yeah, dude, it's just super fucking cool, man.
Yeah, I'm psyched. I can't wait for him to come in.
Let me see what else is going on in here in chat here. Let's see. Talk about that.
Shout out to, I have to say, shout out to Al Snow.
Yeah.
The new Netflix series, Wrestlers. They dropped all the episodes this week. I've only watched episode 1 because the fine folks over at AdFreeShows has asked me to do an episode guide, like a companion piece to each episode. So for the next, we did drop the newest one dropped technically, last Thursday on AdFreeShows, where we talked about episode 1. Hey, we talked. There's so many sidebars that are really good, because not only is the show about Al as a trainer, as a booker, and he's my trainer, and we dive deep into his history of training, him training me, and then all the way up until how we without giving too much away, because check it out on AdFreeShows, because AdFree's kind enough to let me promote mine to DeMeanie. So it's just another avenue for me to reconnect with my friend, talk about his new project, and let the world know that there's the Mind of the Meanie podcast. So, next week we'll do episode 2. But from everything that's coming out, all the reviews have been super positive, and I'm so happy for it. And Al's so goddamn humble. Yeah. He just turned 60. I just turned 50, and he doesn't look 60 at all.
Not in any fucking way at all, dude. Especially after living off all of those Haribo sugar-free gummy bears we feed him. I mean, it's like, stays in great peak physical condition. It must be the diarrhea.
Yes. It's always the diarrhea. But yeah, man, his contribution supersedes everything in the ring, Yeah. Just from the people he's trained, look at it, I'm one of his early students. Well, I'm one of his early students. Dan DeBee Severn, The Miz, all the Tough Enough kids, all the Ohio Valley kids, and the people he still continues to train. And there's some very interesting characters in the show Wrestlers. I said, I said this to Al a couple of days ago, and I'll say it again. I'm not, wrestling is weird, where you're not sure when you greet somebody, you're not sure if you've met them before.
Right.
And I've learned this lesson of never saying good to meet you. I always say good to see you. Because anytime I've gone, good to meet you, somebody goes, well, actually, we met before. And then I feel like a piece of shit. So, that said, I'm not sure if I've met anybody from the show, other than Al, of course. If I've never met anybody from the show, I've met someone like somebody from the show.
Yep. It's
amazing how, like, the wrestling business attracts certain people, and like certain territories have their veteran, then they have their young up and coming talent, and then, there's a hodgepodge in between. But there's, the veteran, Cash Flow.
Right.
Who, I was like, dude, I've been in a locker room with a Cash Flow in a lot of different locker rooms, and that's a compliment. He's a veteran and been doing it for a while. And then you see a young upstart like Haley J, who's in the show, and I've met young wrestlers like that. And I don't want to give too much away. we kind of reviewed the show for ad free, but if you haven't watched the show, I don't want to be like, oh, well, gee, Meanie, I don't need to watch it now. Spoiler. When you watch the review of the show Wrestlers, we're going to talk about the show here on Meanie and Meanie. I'm just saying it's that first episode right off the bat. The opening scene, you feel like you're walking into an independent wrestling locker room. And it's awesome. And, shout out to Al. We recorded, and then he immediately had to go to TV because Ohio Valley Wrestling has live wrestling each and every week on Fight TV. So, there's a couple companies do AEW does live every week. Raw does live every week. WWE does it live every week, I should say. Ohio Valley does live TV every week. So when you come out of Ohio Valley Wrestling, you're pretty battle tested.
Yeah.
But go check out Wrestlers on Netflix. Every episode's out now. I love Al Snow to the point. The show's so good to the point where, have you seen, the Netflix documentary, Untold Crime and Punishment?
I have not. No, but it's on my list.
Yeah, it's about AJ Galante and his father. His father bought a minor league hockey team for him when he was a teenager and let him run it.
Wow.
And that's all I'll say about AJ, who was a big wrestling fan, and we ended up becoming friends through social media, reached out to tell me how much he enjoyed the Wrestlers. Or I should say Wrestlers, because there was a show back in the day, The Wrestlers, which was on Fight. This is just Wrestlers.
I see.
So I'm getting a lot of people reaching out to me because they know my connection with Al, tell me how much they enjoy the show, and I reached out to Al, and Al's super humble about it, So, definitely check it out. Al's always been my big brother. His family, I consider my family, especially his kids, because I knew them when they were up to my knee, and to see them come these awesome adults.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. So I'm so happy. There's a couple moments in episode 1 where I really felt like I was going to cry, just because it took me back to the days of when Al trained me.
Yeah,
every morning, he would do 2-a-days, kind of like NFL, because he would do, it wasn't required. He made it like he worked around people's schedule. If you could do days, do days. If you could do nights, do nights. I lived in the school, so I did both. Mm-hmm. I'd wake up in the morning around 8 a.m. and he's like, all right, get in the ring, roll around, take a couple bumps, get warmed up. And he got to the point where I would say it before he would say it, he'd be like, fuck you, sucker. All right, Al, I think I'll get in the ring, roll around, take a couple bumps. Shut up. But, yeah. So, I'm excited to, watch episode 2. And then, there's so much I need to catch up on. I need to watch the Jason Kelsey documentary.
Yeah, I heard that was good too.
Dying to see that, because I watched the New Heights podcast every week. So I just, hopefully, I get to watch that soon. Tomorrow, as you're recording this, I'm getting up super early tomorrow to go up to Hamburg, Pennsylvania for the Legends of Hamburg convention, which is run by a great guy, Anthony. But good guy, Cowboys fan. But I won't hold that against him. Maybe a little misguided, Good kid. Means well. He's a hustler. I always see him out, and he's always, he's always flyering all these events and stuff like that. And Antonio, that's his name, Antonio. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name because I already break his balls enough about being a Cowboys fan. I don't want to fuck up his last name, but Antonio. I know I said Anthony, but
That's hilarious.
Antonio. Good kid. Misguided. Cowboys fan. So, hopefully the Jets beat him this week. We'll see.
I know that I've had people in my life that are not wrestling fans. My buddy Mike Jr. from back home texted me, and he was like, I kind of want to go see an OVW taping now after watching the Netflix show. So lots of great feedback just from outside of, our world. So,
and you know what the shame is? Right before Wrestlers came out, Monster Factory had their show on Apple Plus, Apple TV Plus. And Apple just totally fucking botched everything with that fucking promoting that show.
Yeah.
And, I got to ride up to Boston with Danny over the weekend because he went to the Eagles game too. And, holy shit. The show was so good. It just needed some promotion.
Yeah.
To get people to watch it. Now, hopefully, sometimes when a show doesn't work on one network, another network will pick it up, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Was on Fox, but then, NBC picked it up. So hopefully somebody could go, hey, they could watch Wrestlers and like, oh, I only have Wrestlers. Well, there's this Monster Factory show that fucking Apple TV botched.
Maybe we can try that one instead.
Yeah. And both shows are great.
Yeah.
And Al even said, hey, that was the shame of it, nobody knew it. The show existed because they didn't promote it. And then, Al was letting out breadcrumbs, saying, hey, something's coming up, because he didn't have a firm date, but he kept hinting to it. And I was like, ooh, I wonder what it is. And then he said the show. I was like, oh my God, where is it? He's at Netflix. I was like, oh, thank God. Because I knew what Danny went through. I was like, God damn, man. But, yeah, man, again, go watch Wrestlers, go over to AdFreeShows. And watch me have a fun conversation with Al about episode 1. And then next week we'll do episode 2. Even though the shows have been dropped, we're going to do a traditional week by week.
Yeah.
Digestion of it.
And I know that we're here to pitch our stuff as well, but you really should, if you're a wrestling fan, you really should go over to adfreeshows.com and sign up. Like, great tiers, great content. Yeah. Incredible shows, lots of the main shows, but then lots of great stuff like what you're doing, and just lots of amazing, behind the scenes stuff. Just loads of stuff that you can't get anywhere else. So absolutely go over there and check them out. I also want to let you know that Al Snow is currently trending on Twitter. So I hope it's not due to the diarrhea. So, Meanie, I do, speaking of trending on Twitter, have a question for you.
Yes, dear.
Yeah, of course.
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to.
It's time to ask me anything.
Ask me something.
This is a drizzling shit.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them asked at the end of the show each week. Meanie, I know we have our seltzers. What are you packing today, brother?
Oh, shit, I actually remembered. Speaking of Wawa, Wawa's got the Polars seltzers on sale, 2 for $3.50. So I got this bad boy, what's this? Yeah, 1 liter. Polar Lime seltzer with the twist cap, so I don't have to worry about going to sale right away.
Ah, boy. I got one of these Johns from Aldi. It's the cheap shit, the sparkling frost. Aldi is the best store on the fucking planet. This is cherry limeade because I like to save all the better flavors. This is a great flavor, but I prefer the pink grapefruit and the lemonade. So, but any hoozle, let's crack them open here in 3, 2, 1. There she is.
There we go.
Smells delicious. Thank you, Zep. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, I guzzled it. Oh.
There it is.
God.
Got the pain right in this region here.
It's a painful delight.
Yep. Oh, it's so good. It tastes so refreshing. Pod Squad member.
It's like when you try air and you get that fucking air bubble of death in your fucking lungs.
Dude, I fucking had a lung bubble one time like that at Whiskey Tango. Did you ever go to Whiskey Tango? We've talked about this, right? Yeah. So, Northeast Philly, and my buddy, Mike Jr., the guy I just talked about, degenerate, he always likes to start the nights with fucking Jaeger bombs back at least in like 2008, 2009. So we used to fucking ramp up fast. We're doing 3 back to back. And that night, man, that shit just was not hitting it very well. So I took that third one and I went, fuck, dude. I ran into the bathroom and I'm trying, I know I'm going to get sick, but I have one of those bubbles in there. And it was just the most aggressively awful thing in the entire planet. And every time I get stuck, I get one of those gas bubbles stuck. I just transport right back to that night.
It's a life reevaluating event. It's like, can I tell everybody I love them?
Please tell everyone I love them. Sorry, Carl, for belching into the mic again.
Yo, asshole, I don't fucking sound like that.
Yes, you do. Pod Squad member Anthony Camerata wants to know.
Camerata.
I always see on Facebook that Pennsylvania and New Jersey have wrestling conventions happening what seems like every other month. What makes that area such a wrestling hotspot compared to everywhere else in the U.S., in your opinion?
Great question.
Yeah, dude.
And some conventions are better than others, but just the Northeast has always been a hotbed for wrestling. And if you run a convention in Philly, you're a couple hour drive from Baltimore, New York, anywhere in Jersey, Central PA. People from Pittsburgh will make the drive. Jersey, you're close to New York. People come down from Boston. I'm sure people come up to Jersey from Baltimore as well. And so it's just, some conventions are better than others. I'm doing a convention next month. It's not a wrestling convention, but it's a 420 Expo, which I guess I should start promoting it, but because you don't want to promote something too soon because then people will tune you out. But you say it's soon enough, it'll stay fresh in their minds. But
oh boy, there it is.
I can live. Sorry, Carl. God damn.
Jesus Christ, how much are we going to have to edit out of the show this fucking week?
I had to clean my ears out.
Hate this.
Anybody got a Q-tip?
Just use my beard. What's up, Carl? We love fucking Carl Pinnell here. He's the best.
He is.
He's the best.
He's a treat.
He is a delight.
Yeah, that's my answer. There's a lot of conventions in Jersey. But yeah, just because Northeast has always been a hotbed of wrestling, and it's central to almost everywhere, pretty much. I'm pretty spoiled at the Icons convention, which the next one's October 28th. It's a 5-minute walk from my house.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Rocky Retired wants to know, when Punk was going to be exclusive on Collision, he indicated he wanted to be an unofficial leader in the dressing room. This is a role that Undertaker had in WWE. How could Punk be a leader if he kept a grudge like he did with Hangman for months before exploding?
I mean, just because you're a leader doesn't mean you can't have. First of all, he didn't do he didn't bring on any of those things, everything was done in the shadows and whisper things, and you go in a ring with a dude and you have an agreed upon promo, and the guy goes off promo and fucking says that he needs to rescue the locker room or the company from you. The crowd's like, what? So eventually a locker room leader's got to do something, whether, I know Punk's not a big fan of Wrestler's Court, but, people respect the Taker because Taker took action, whether, this, again, Wrestler's Court, which I know Punk's not a big fan of, or had a last stroke with the owner,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Undertaker could say something to Vince and Vince would abide by it, because there's plenty of times when Undertaker had a chance to leave WWE for bigger money. But he stayed with he stayed with WWE. Punk is a veteran leader, but you can't be disrespected,
right?
Or you lose a locker room. You can't let certain things lie, or then you lose respect amongst the people in the locker room. Oh, he's just going to get disrespected and do nothing. Oh, then why should I fucking listen to him? Kind of thing. A leader, does things or says things. He didn't get physical with Adam. As long as he never got.
No, nothing like that.
It's all verbal. But again, the only one he got physical when provoked.
Well, right. And I think in context, like you have to look at it, right? Like, there's a lot of, I feel like, and again, this is just my opinion, y'all. This is just me shooting here, right? I don't think he was necessarily wrong with the criticism of what he said when he was talking about Terry Funk, like at the pipe bomb during the brawl out, right? Because I think there's a certain segment of folks who maybe don't listen to the veterans and don't take into their wheelhouse, their perspective. And I think I don't think that's a good way to approach the business, right? I think if someone's trying to teach you something, especially someone like Terry Funk or somebody like Dean Malenko or anybody else in the back room there, and again, this is just based off of what he said and the information. I don't know anything about the inner workings of it, but like, I feel like if they're trying to teach me something, I should probably listen to it, right? Right. But also at the same time, you're right. Like, I mean, I don't necessarily think that anything happened was unprovoked. And Punk said it himself too. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation before, but like, you're out there, performing with someone, and it's like, okay, well, he just shot on me. Do I have to be worried about him? Going into business for himself during the match, do I have to be worried about my safety?
Punk said that he was in that match with Hangman and he didn't know if he was going to have to defend himself.
And like, I'm sure that's an incredibly uncomfortable position to be in, especially when someone's trying to just do business. Like, okay, let's do the match. We're going to do this and, we're going to get it done. And that's got to be incredibly frustrating. So,
yeah, he didn't do anything. He didn't initiate anything. He just reacted to it. And and like I said, they did him no favors, put him in that fucking media scrum.
Oh man,
right from the fucking ring. They did him no favors by having his match right after fucking Jungle Boys when they knew there was the issue with the glass.
Yeah, dude, that was just.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Is he a locker room leader? Yeah, but you can't lay down like a fucking bitch either.
You're not wrong, man.
Yeah.
Mark and Dryden's got 2 questions for us to wrap it up here. Name a band or 2 that both of you just never got that was or is highly regarded. Mine is Deep Purple. Other than 2 or 3 songs, they just never did it for me.
Yeah. Dude, I have this love, sort of. Not love. I have this hate thing for fucking the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
They have some songs that I really like Suck My Kiss is great. The song they did My Friends with when they had the guitar player from Jane's Addiction. I'm blanking on his.
Dave Navarro.
And Dave Navarro was in the band. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But then it's just like every song's about fucking California. Or a state, throw a state. It's just like, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, be a little bit more unique here. Yeah.
Yeah. California. I tell you about California. Yeah, so I have this thing. Dude, I wish, let me see if it takes me 2 seconds to find this. I'll play it. Let me see.
What did you say?
Let me find it because this is perfect. And if we have to trim this, me looking for it.
Carl, if you're listening, trim this up a little bit, brother.
Yeah. Oh, I found it.
There you go.
Let me see my paired.
Maybe he won't have to trim it.
Let me see if my phone is paired up here. Let's see. It's on YouTube.
On the old YouTube.
Paired.
I'm gonna have to warn ya. Doobie-doo, I'm from California. California, California. Did you know that we're from California? Diggle bop, doodle booby pizza. Diggle do, I'm thinking of a new round. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. California, California. Did you know that we're from California? California.
That's that.
That's literally what it sounds like every song.
I wish I could give credit to whoever wrote that, but it's fucking genius. Yeah, it's them.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. Older band, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Newer band, Greta Van Fleet, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
They're talented. I can't look, Chili Peppers, super talented. I just can't, there's a couple songs I like, and then the rest is just like, cut my eyeballs and soak my face in warm soapy water. Greta Van Fleet, it's like, okay, the last album was Led Zeppelin. The new album is, I want to sound like Geddy Lee.
Yeah.
So they need to find their own identity. And this is coming from a guy who did parodies, but
But you're not wrong, though. Like, every time I listen, it's like, oh, Greta Van Fleet. Oh, okay, this is Zeppelin. Oh, okay, wait, why are they doing Rush? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not my bag, man.
Talented.
Yeah.
And when they come on the radio, I just fucking, I'd rather hear a Card for Kids radio ad. And that's something I fucking reached it out for,
God. Let me see. An older band. Honestly, probably U2. My mom was a big U2 fan, so maybe that has something to do with it. But also, like, I don't know. There's something about it. And again, it's not to take away from the fact that they're like, a global phenomenon, right? And Bono seems like a pretty solid dude outside of it. But like, I don't know. I just, their music, I'm like, oh, I just can't listen to it, man. Like
the old stuff.
Dude,
is okay.
14. Like, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Why are we going to why are we jumping to 14? What's happening? No, I just
lost lemon.
Yeah, I just like there's just
lemon. Why?
What are we doing, Bono and the Edge? No, there's something about their music. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe I haven't listened to it enough. Modern? God. I mean, I want to say Greta Van Fleet is probably the one that I would pick up on. But honestly, like most modern rap, because I'm a hip hop head. Most modern rap misses me completely. Like I was in the rap up until the 90s. Yeah, I mean the 90s stuff is great, right? Like Nas just released a fucking set of incredible. So him and Hit Boy, who's a producer, from 2020 to 2023, they released 6 records together, and it's the one set's called King's Disease, and the other one's called Magic, and they're fucking incredible, right? Mm-hmm. Really solid stuff for 90s rap fans and anybody who's a fan of Nas. So I constantly wait for those artists that I enjoyed from back then to release, but like now, like there's 21 Savage and Lil Baby and there's a handful of guys that I like. Like there's a guy that just died recently, a couple of years ago, Pop Smoke. Nipsey Hussle, I really enjoy his stuff. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just the sound of it. There's this Kodak Black is fucking terrible. Like it misses me. And I guess maybe it's supposed to because it's not my generation and it's not my sound. But I also feel like kind of like boomerish when I'm like back in my day, but it's like, it's true. Like back in my day, like rappers said something, there was an art form to it. There was a grace to it. There was a nuance and a skill.
Some kind of groove.
Yeah, there was a skill level to it. Now I'm listening to this shit and I'm like, there's not like they're not even on beat most of the time. And now the big thing too is that they're taking samples from the song. Prince talked about this years ago. He's like, next they're going to sample the sample, right? And they have Busta Rhymes was just on a record recently. I can't remember. Was it Cora Lee? I think is the artist's name. But they sampled one of his records and he's back on the song. And it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, are we really that like bankrupt on ideas that we have to go back and do this stuff? Like, why not just listen to the original record? Like, what are we doing? Yeah. So that would be thanks, Mark and Dryden. That would be my answer there. Last question from Mark and Dryden. Hey, Meanie, what's the ceiling for LA Night? U.S. title or IC champ? Would his age be a hindrance to the higher up, making him world champ? You can't deny his popularity. I've read his name and, has been chanted even at AEW events.
Yeah, eventually I could see him getting the strap. But to me, the next person on line to one of the straps, Damian Priest is definitely in line for at least the newer one.
Right.
And they'll save Romans for Cody, even though I'm so fucked up on the lineage of which one's which. Which one's lined up to the one that his dad tried to win in Madison Square Garden, But, no pun intended. LA Knight. It took me a while to warm up on the name. I like the LA Drake.
Yeah.
I love the performer. But, LA Knight kind of, I started thinking of the sneakers LA Gear,
Yeah.
But, he's great. I could see him going, getting one of the top belts in the WWE.
I agree. I don't think his age is a hindrance at all. I think he's destined for whatever, either the big gold 2.0 or the main strap. I think that his
if you're over,
right. And it's undeniable too. Like you can't, there's no denying it. If they did that in the top office, if they were denying it before, they can't now. I also think the Bray Wyatt tribute show helped him a lot too with that promo towards the Miz. I think that humanized him in some ways as the person with the the blending of the worlds in a lot of ways. So I think LA Knight's definitely got a great trajectory in front of him. I think it's just a matter of the time lining up at this point. With everything going on, I could see him what the best thing would be I could release right now is I could see Damian beating Seth when he cashes in, and then the next challenger at that point being LA Knight for that big gold, That would make sense to me. But what else makes sense to me is doing this show with you, sir, each and every week and getting a chance to hang out with you in the Pod Squad. We appreciate you and all your questions that you send to us. Don't forget to use the hashtag Ask Meanie, and you may hear your questions on the program. So, Meanie, I just want to ask, and in case anyone would like to keep up with you after listening to the program, where can they keep up with you on your social media?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twisted. Facebook, Twisted's a better name than X. So,
dude.
Yeah, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and now Threads. At Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. To support Mind of the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand, go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Use coupon code Meanie or use coupon code MIND and save 10%. And support Mind of the Meanie and look good. Look good in those shirts. And when you're looking good in those shirts and you're a bearded fellow like myself, you can go over to madcatbeardcare.com. Go over to madcatbeardcare.com and get the blue spruce. My boy Josh Thornton is doing an amazing job over there taking care of the cats. If you're a cat lover like myself, he rounds them up. He takes them to the vet, gets them fixed up all in his own dime. Every cent from madcatbeardcare.com goes directly to taking care of those cats. So get yourself the blue spruce beard oil or balm. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles in late 2024. The Ultra Pro Wrestling game contains not only original characters created by the great Hal Haney, but many real world wrestlers like myself and many others that I'm trying not to spoil. Go to ultraprowrestling.com. That's ultraprowrestling.com, or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's Twitter at UPW Video Game. The figure collection's Bone Crushing Wrestlers, a Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now All Series 1s can be ordered now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Get yourself a regular Meanie or a BWO Meanie before the BWO Meanies are no longer available. Shout out to Jim Nilsson over at glaciersofIce.com. Jim made a 3 of 3 only handmade BWO custom Air Jordan 1s for Stevie, Nova, and myself. Each pair takes Jim about 50 hours per pair. If you want to see him make these fantastic shoes, either in photo or video form, go to follow him on all forms of social media. I'm batting 1,000 tonight. At GOI Kicks. That's all forms of social media at GOI Kicks. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Go over to Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO and let's make somebody's day a little bit brighter. I did a couple this week. They're a lot of fun to do. And, let's make somebody's day a little bit better. But most importantly, before I botch anything else up, where can we find you, Mr. Barnard?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads. I'm at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal, so you can find me there. You can also listen to my second show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net. I got a lot of good guests coming up. Rob Snyder, who is a country music artist and friend of mine, also a songwriter for Luke Combs, and also a song by Tim Montana he just wrote called The Devil You Know, which is currently charting like crazy on the rock charts. Rob wrote that song, so he'll be on Foundation Radio this week coming up. Robert Costa rejoins me on the program in early October, so get ready to listen to that and catch up on all things in the political sphere. So you go to foundationradio.net and check it out. Go to brothersgaddor.com and pick up your very own first time ever licensed product with my beautiful face on it. It's the Adam Barnard Wrestle Buddy. There are only a handful left, and once they're gone, they are gone for good. So you can go there right now. You can also pick up a Blue Meanie Wrestle Buddy as well. And Meanie, I'll have you know, you can get a 2-pack. That's right, 2-pack of your favorite podcast hosts together. You can get yourself a Mind of the Meanie 2 set by going to brothersgaddor.com. The Feinberg method. Go use the promo code Goober and save up to 20% off of your purchase, not just physical well-being, but also mental well-being as well with my trainer, Brad Feinberg. I'll be out visiting him at the end of the month as well, so I'll get him to drop something for us for the show. The Feinberg method. Shout out to my friends at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville on the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go over there and check out Kane and Jordan and the rest of the team. Get your hair cut up and your beard done nicely at 10th Ward Barbershop.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at Casa de Meanie and the Barnard home for wayward and troubled youth. We want to thank our sponsors, Manscaped and Green Road CBD, for sponsoring the program today. We want to thank the Pod Squad for being here as well. Don't forget to sign up now. After you're done listening to this episode, go to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Tiers starting at only $10, Meanie. And on top of that, as you sign up, got a few of these bad boys left here. You can see it if you're watching the show right now. We had a design done by our friend Nick Clark Art. These bad boys here, myself and Blue Meanie, signed as well. So you'll get one of these signed, sealed, and delivered. Patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Meanie, thank you so much for being here and doing the show every week. Pod Squad, we love you. For the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip to the mind.
Blue World Order.
Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is produced by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Mind of the Meanie and become our patron on Patreon by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
Dad, why is Blue Meanie's brain out?